Hey, this is Becky, and I can't wait to introduce you to my friend Holly. In a minute, you're going to hear and lean into her conversation on how she talks about how she focuses on herself and in prayer and self development, just like Pastor Mark taught us this past Sunday in his message, Finding Clarity in a World Gone Mad. Here's Holly's story.
Hey Hope fam, I'm here with Holly, and she's here to share her story, and I can't wait for you to hear it. Holly,
Yes.
God designs us on purpose and for a purpose. And recently you shared with us that God revealed that to you. So what is your purpose?
I would say that faithfulness for some is hard, and it's something that at times we have to be quiet and still to hear and understand. I know over the past few months we've all had opportunities for that, but personally for me this really happened. I had an awakening about 7 years ago. I had a daughter who was about 12 months old, and my son was getting ready to start kindergarten, and it was about 4 weeks before the school year started. I called my friend Sunny Collins. She's one of my best friends. She currently teaches at Forest. At the time she taught at Lakewood High School. I had worked with her in the cath lab. I called Sunny and spoke with her because God sort of had a calling or a stirring on my soul. We talked for about 3 hours, which seems like a lot, but when you just have so many questions and you're passionate, it didn't seem long at all. I went to bed that night and I prayed and I said, God, I know that I need to be faithful, but this is such a huge decision. Is there any way you could just somehow give me a sign or let me know? The next day I woke up and my cup runneth over. I felt like I could go to the top of the hospital, jump off and fly. I had never felt that sort of calling before. It was such a gift. So I went to the hospital. At that time I was an invasive cardiovascular nurse at the cath lab at Monroe, and I had worked there for over 10 years. And I went to my manager and I told him what I had been feeling. And he said, come into my office, we need to talk. I was like, okay. So I come in there and I'm all excited and everything. And he said, there have been a lot of changes. The school board just had to balance budget and let every first year teacher go. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. He's like, did you know that? And I was like, no, but God wants me to do this. And he was like, okay. So, it really took God, it took faithfulness, it took the support of my family. I spoke with my husband and I cried and he helped me and he said, if this is what you feel that you were called to do, then I want you to do this. But before we got to that point, he said, okay, money aside, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I want to teach. I really feel like God is calling me to teach. And he said, well, then we have to do it.
Wow.
So I left full-time at the hospital.
So wait, you went from a hospital salary
Yes.
to a teacher salary.
Yes. Which is crazy.
Okay.
So I graduated from FSU. My husband's a Gator, in case y'all are So I graduated from FSU. We were like the 50th graduating class from nursing school, and I got accepted to Duke University, but instead of going to Duke, I got married to my husband because we had dated all through college, and then I came home, and we got married, and we started having kids, and I went to grad school, and I just felt like God was calling me not to go towards grad school, but to go to being a teacher. And that was one of the things my husband and I discussed. Being a nurse practitioner working in cardiothoracics or the invasive cardiovascular unit, and the money you would make as opposed to going into public education, the money you would make.
Yeah.
So it really took God on his heart as well. So God led both of us. And I started working, and if you've ever been a first year teacher, I cried. The bell rang and I waved them off, and then it was like ugly Oprah. Like, oh my God. And I was like, God, I can't do this. But God told me, if I lead you, you cannot fail. And I would say that every day at the end of school, if I was pumping gas on the way to school, just saying that repeatedly was like my mantra. It was my purpose.
It could be all of our mantras.
Oh, absolutely. If he leads you, you cannot fail.
Yeah.
Whether it's a relationship with a sibling, a girlfriend, a spouse, a relative, a coworker, if he leads you, you cannot fail. If you pray about it and you make a decision about it and it is the best for you and you feel God leading you and you're faithful, you can't go wrong.
Amen, sister.
And
so how are you living out this purpose now?
so I've been teaching for about 7 years. Again, crazy. So God kept leading me and showing me, and it would be the weirdest thing. I would be at work and I would say, God, I need help decorating my room. And would pop this teacher named Emily. Oh my gosh, I'm a hoarder. I have all this stuff if you ever need anything for your room. Yeah. And I would say, God, I need help. I need someone to help me with this. And then Chris Carlisle, who was one of our APs, would walk out of the door. Hey, Cunningham, what do you need? This happened every single time.
Wow.
So again, when you talk about purpose, if God is leading you, this is what happens. And then Fast forward to last year, I won the Marion County Teacher of the Year. And I didn't realize they gave me $1,000, and I gave the $1,000 to my church. And it's just one thing after another, and just so many opportunities. So I really think the purpose that God has given me is every reward or benefit or blessing that I have just shows His favor on my life and on my purpose. And I really try to share that with everyone that I interact with, especially my students.
That is so good. Well, thank you for sharing with us today.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Wow, how great was that story? How Hollie leaned in prayer, discovering who God created her to be. What is your next step? What are you going to do? How are you going to focus in prayer with God, discovering who He created you to be?